Hi, my name is Esperanza and I am from Soltera Creative, where this is my channel where I show my original art and give story time, and as well as just a bunch of other artsy stuff. And today I wanted to share just my first big commission where I really messed up on the timeline. And I want to give this as a cautionary tale. Like, fortunately, I'm gonna, little spoiler alert, things went well when I delivered this, but I really dragged out the timeline, and it was something that I'm like, I can never do that again. Now, granted, this was the only piece that I did during the 2020 during the pandemic Lovato, and I was commissioned by one of my friends that had seen my work, and we worked together at some point. And something that it was new to me at this time was that I had done commissions before, but they were never as formalized as I was trying to do with her. The reason being because of over so many bad experiences with commissions in the past that I realized I'm like, I really have to formalize this. Like, I can't keep doing this where it's a verbal agreement and I don't have documentation and such, even if it's a friend. And so I realized, like, okay, like, I'm gonna like research what to ask and what to consider. And basically I ended up, finding out from after seeing so many art sites, like kind of just figuring out what questions to ask to try to pull out more information from a client. And so I created this form and like basically asked like things like, okay, where is this going to be located? Is there any like absolutely no's, like things that you definitely don't want? In this case, there was no nudity because this was going to be for her music studio where she teaches, I believe, younger students. And so I was really like, stoked about doing this piece because I was just had so many like ideas and like how to involve more about her while trying to merge it with my own creativity. So like the conversation ended up being something along the lines where it is that we want something bright that stands out of this like bluish gray room, and that shows and depicts joyous femininity. That was the theme. Now, that should be easy for me, especially for someone who does the type of art that I do. Let me tell you, I don't know what wasn't clicking or what wasn't happening, but like it dragged. And so originally I was supposed to finish, and I told her I'd finish this in a month. A month happens and I literally only finished the orange background. I don't know, just something wasn't happening, and I let her know. I was like, I might have to extend this. So, we finalized it 2 months, and she was super gracious about it. But yeah, the 2 months happened, and I'm just like barely getting to the tree, and I'm like, this is ugly and I don't like it. I'm like, having the green, the orange, and like just the tree, it just wasn't looking good. And it killed my creativity, and I hated it the more I kept working on it. And so I was like, maybe if I add purple, it will like fix it. And let me tell you, as an artist, as an individual, something that has never in my life given me trouble is color in my works. Like, it just normally just happens. And this was a case where that was not true. And so we're 2 months in, and I'm not anywhere near done or comfortable with giving her this work. And I had kept showing this to like friends and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't like it, and I don't know what it is. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't have any ideas. There's these things that I wanted to do where the muse is dancing around the tree. And it just kept dragging. And so the 2 months hits. And I had to ask her for another extension. So now we're at 3 months, right? And again, super gracious. And I'm just trying to sit here and figure things out, you know? And I can only imagine her getting more impatient with me because I did take like a 50% deposit and I did not finish when I finished. But she was super nice. I would have been annoyed if I were her, but like, you know, like artistry takes time. But like, I kid you not. Every single day when I woke up, I would look at this piece and I'd be like, oh my God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate that I took this commission. Why did I do this to myself? I wake up stressed every single day. And I just, I just kept freaking myself out. And I just couldn't anymore. And so I'm telling everybody except my client, even though I knew this client, that I hate what I'm looking at right now. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. And I need some help. Like, I wanted this to be a world tree that with the muses and in my style, but this doesn't feel real. It just feels like a failed attempt at trying to make things look real and like hyper fantasy, like the stuff that you buy from like Hobby Lobby. And you know what I'm talking about, like those paintings where it's like, oh my God, fairies in like this garden, and everything supposedly looks real, but it's just a little, like, it just doesn't look like it makes sense together. I don't know if that made any sense, but it made sense to me, okay? So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, oh my God, I hate it. I hate it. So I start panicking because I'm like, and this was like an everyday anxiety. So at this point, we're probably 5 months in, and I missed the deadline that I said. And I was just kind of, I don't know, part of me is like, I think I can figure it out by the end of this week. And then she sends me the message like, so, when are things gonna be done? I've been waiting for quite a while. And I'm like, I have to finish this. And I said, oh, it's almost done. And I had not sent her an update picture. Because that's something I like to do, just be like, here, a sneak peek. So I end up going in overdrive. And I'm just like, you know what it is? I just need to start over. And literally, I just started covering everything. Everything just started clicking, and I was like, oh, I can fix this. And then one thing led to another. That last week, I ended up staying up for almost 3 days straight, with like maybe 2 hours of sleep every single day. And I finished it. And I ended up delivering it the next day. She hadn't seen it yet. And it was the best reaction, and it made like those 6 months worth it for her. And for me, I just felt like such a huge relief. I was like, woo, like that was a time. I'm glad that time is over. I don't want to give her this piece because I like it, but she paid me for it, so I'm going to give it to her. I really like this piece, and I didn't want to give it to her because I was just like, damn, I want it. But of course, I do offer prints and stuff, so it's fine. Anyways, moral of the story is I don't really have one. Try not to procrastinate and give yourself enough time when you do commissions, I guess. But even that is irrelevant if you're not in a creative flow. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, follow and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.